Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
Okay, Rover. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Yash, and welcome to the third podcast, the community cast of this channel. We have done two podcasts with one Jamil and this Francisco. Very great person, both super knowledgeable, and we are having our new guest. Hey, Idris, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. And you?
Yeah, I'm also good. So, tell us more about yourself to the audience and the people who are watching us, the community in India and the uh, in all over the globe. Yeah, please tell.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much, Yash. My name is Idris Olovisi. I am a software engineer and a technical writer. I currently work as a developer relations engineer at Mara, and I am the founder of Web3 Africa, a community focused on building the ecosystem, the Web3 ecosystem in Africa. And I am part of like quite a number of communities. I do a lot of communities activities, and I'm always interested in building the communities around me and even beyond communities globally. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you, Yash.
Yeah, same with me. I'm very super excited to be with you, founder of a Web3 Africa. I know you from the first day I read your blogs on. On so many things like on Solidity, your hash node blogs, to be
Oh,
precise.
yeah.
Um,
Okay.
it's very
Yeah.
good. Your technical writings are very good. Your Twitter is very good. You share a lot of knowledge with the community, Web3
Yeah.
community, and can you tell us how you started this all your technical journey in Web3 and who get you inspired from doing the Web3 uh, journey?
Okay, yeah. So the Web3 journey
Yeah,
started from just a tweet. I think Nadaya made that tweet, and I was just checking out Web3, and but while I was checking out Web3, I thought it's just like something that would trend, and that would just leave the internet. But at some point, Web3 itself started trending on Twitter, and that's when I kind of take a deep dive to check what actually powers Web3, how it differs from Web2. So, but the
yeah,
person that really inspired the journey, the entire journey, is Nada Adabit. I'm sure you know him. So he's the one
yeah,
that inspired the journey from the beginning. He started sharing because I've always been like a big fan of him creating content and all of his content and the like. So when he started sharing like few things about Web3 and tweets about Web3, I kind of checked it out and I found it like very interesting, especially the blockchain. And because Web3 is powered by the blockchain, so there are so many things that I figured out that could actually be done using the blockchain. So that's
yeah,
like the very first step. So another thing is curiosity. Curiosity works for me really well. Like I use it to my advantage. I'm always curious, like to know what's happening, what's going on. And anytime I come across something new, it could be a word, a system, an architecture, anything new that I come across, I try to check it out in my free time to see what's actually behind the scene. So
yeah,
yeah, that's like where everything started, and I quickly channel my energy towards content creation because I've been doing that in the Web2 ecosystem. So now that I'm even learning and the space is pretty new, I just channel my energy to produce content while I'm learning all of those things so that other people could benefit from it.
yeah. Great. So we all started actually the 90% of the Web3 developers who they're inspired from Twitter because even I know only the what are cryptos. So Elon Musk just rolling on Dogecoin. He was pumping on the Dogecoin. Then he
Yeah.
tweeted about that we are working with Dogecoin developers. So I thought, what does Dogecoin needs a developer? So I more research about it. Then I got what are blockchain developers. So then I started. I have a curiosity in that. So then my journey started, and we are learning because Web3 is coming day by day. It's upgrading. New projects are coming and updates, upgrades, solidity upgrades. new chains, new projects. So yeah, it's having a huge role and opportunity from for and any developers who want to transition into web3 space. So can you tell us how would a web 2 developer, means a current web full stack web developer, can transition into web 3 in a particular, in a perfect roadmap manner?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's a Web2 full stack Web2 developer, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so perfect. So as a Web2 full stack developer, I would assume you know front end technology like maybe React, Angular, or Svelte or Vue.js, and you know any backend. It could be Node.js backend, it could be .NET, it could be Golang. It means that you are proficient in coding and also implementing front end, implementing designs on the front end. So now, the Web3 ecosystem itself, we have the front end is still relevant. The Web2 front end is still very relevant in the Web3 space, and the back end part of the Web3 ecosystem is the blockchain, and that's smart contracts, using smart contracts to interact with the blockchain. So now this is something that you should think of if where you want to settle into. If you want to do full stack on Web3, is totally fine. Now the effort should be on picking up a new language like Solidity, Rust, or Viper. That's for you to
Hmm.
build a smart contract that interacts with the blockchain. So you can end up being a full stack, or let me say a blockchain developer. That's a smart contract developer, and you don't need to worry about the front end anymore. Just focus on the smart contract development, publishing, security, and auditing, and all of that. So, but if you choose
Hmm.
to settle in the front end, the ecosystem in the Web3 space, because of your React skills or your front end skills, it's very easy for you. The only thing that is needed there is just for you to install few packages for you to be able to interact with the blockchain. We have packages like EtherJS, the Alchemy package, the Web3 package, that you can easily use on the front end, then start interacting with the blockchain immediately. So all your HTML, CSS is still very relevant. You do all that. The only thing is just that you're adding how to interact with the smart contracts using SDKs. So now we have that. Those are like the two parts for you as a full stack developer in Web2. So, but if you want to become a full stack in Web3, also that's totally fine. You can build and deploy Solidity, or let me say smart contracts rather, on the blockchain. Then also go ahead on the front end um, to build a front-end application that would interact with your smart contract that you just deployed. So, but in most cases, from the job description or jobs that I've seen so far, it's either they are hiring a full stack, a front-end developer in Web3,
Hmm.
or they are
Yeah.
hiring a smart contract developer. I've not really seen where they hire full stack. If you have experience in full stack, it could be part of the job description that you should have. Maybe if you have experience in full stack, it's a plus. But the role is always like a smart contract developer or
Hmm.
a front end Web3 developer or developer relations, developer advocate, and all of that.
Okay, so basically, the companies and the projects does not hire a beginner to a full stack position, because they don't want a fresher man to touch their solidity codes or the backend
Yeah,
codes. So
yeah.
yeah, it needs experience for them to see and code it. Fine.
Yeah,
So
and another thing is that it takes like if you are a smart contract developer, your day-to-day activities will be around smart contract development, thinking about business logic, thinking about optimization, building. But if you are a full stack developer, like your thinking will be divided in such a way that
hmm,
when you think of the smart contract, you also want to think of the front end part of it, which means you want to quickly do things so that they don't fire you because you don't know what you're doing. So
yeah.
that means that your attention will be divided and you might not be able to do that properly.
Fine, great. So, if you can't hear if you can't hear him, so I can tell you what the roadmap. So basically, he told that first you should know if you're learning or you are a web full stack web developer, a kind of web 2 developer. So you should know the front end. Okay, because blockchain is kind of a black back end to you. Fine. And when you connect your front end with blockchain, it becomes a web3 application. Okay, it's no different for a web 2 and web 3. Just a blockchain comes and it becomes a web 3. Fine. So for that you have to learn html, css, javascript, and then any javascript framework like react, angular, next.js, and you can also learn node.js. But if you're not good in node.js, it doesn't matter, like, yeah, for blockchain. If you have some knowledge about node.js, then it is good to go. You will be learning by experimenting and building projects. So the next thing is that what's your role in your current company, and how your projects are going on, what kind of projects you do.
Yes, my current role is a developer relations engineer, and which means that it involves coding and also building community, building the developer ecosystem around the product. So we have like our wallet, exchange wallet coming out soon, and would
Hmm.
also be deploying our testnet chain is also coming out soon.
Fine.
So those are like some of the activities, and also our academy. We're currently pushing our academy, because the blockchain ecosystem is pretty new, and we want to kind of help people to onboard safely and also faster. So we
Yeah.
heavily working on the academic content. Like most of our energy right now is on the academic content, and also the launch for the wallet. The wallet is currently on the Play Store, but it's under the pre-launch, where you get to refer people to download, and you get some funds for downloading the Mara wallet. But it's going to launch officially like this month or probably next month. So um those are like the activities. But aside that, I do like coding, experimenting protocols, building projects, and also
Yeah.
writing about them.
Yeah. So you can also check out.
Okay, okay.
Basically, you can read his blogs. The link is in the description. A clear, crisp, and whatever questions you have in mind, you will get it there. Yeah, just check it out, his hash notes, and the link is in the description. Twitter and all the social links of him are in the description. So can you tell what is the role of a developer advocate and DevRel in a company? Does it have a proper coding, and means what is day to day kind of?
Yes, so day to day is like way beyond coding. I won't lie. If you are the type that you really love coding, then you should think
Mhm.
twice about it, because it's way more than coding. Now you attend meetings, you do a lot of planning, and you also do projections, like planning what should come like in the next 1 month or 2 months. What are the activities that you want to be doing? And if you're a full-time software developer or a back-end developer, all you do is to just code, fix bugs, push changes, and that. So, but as a developer advocate, you build the developer community around your product. So if you have a product, it's either it's a developer first product or a developer plus product. So like developer first is like your product is targeted at developers. You sell for developers, you make them use your APIs. But a developer plus means that you have a standalone product, and having developers is just like a plus to your product. So you need to figure out what your company is currently like working on, or the category they fall into, if it's developer plus or developer first. So that would help you organize the way you approach things and also learn. But the primary thing about the developer, any developer advocate or developer relations engineer or anything around building the ecosystem is focused on the developer ecosystem, which means that all you'll be doing is building the ecosystem around your product. Now, it's not just everyone, it's focused on developer. And for the coding part of it, you code, but not as deep as when you code, maybe probably if you're a backend engineer before, where you do all of the in-depth coding. Most of the coding you'll be doing now is like building a demo project, showing people how to do it, giving
Yeah.
people insights on what they need to
Mm.
do. Maybe you found a new tool and all of that. So it could it's, developer advocates are not marketers, so you're only sharing your knowledge and also introducing your product on how maybe to solve one or two problems. You're not marketing your product fully because this is like developer ecosystem. Developers don't like marketers, so you can't market to developers. You can only share your knowledge and propose a solution, and that way you'll be good. Everyone would know that okay, this person is actually sharing his or her knowledge and also contributing something valuable to the community. Because remember that
Mm.
you can change roles someday, and you don't want like a situation where you be tagged to a particular product. And when you are trying to tell people about something else, maybe a new company you joined, then they will have that difficulty to separate their mind away from what they know you for. But if as a developer advocate, you tend to share knowledge. That's like the primary thing. Either it's your tool, either it's the tool that is provided by where you are currently working on, are working at, or it's a tool that's used publicly. You just have to share knowledge. That's like the primary thing.
Okay. So, like, developer advocate or DevRel is a jack of all in a company. It, he does.
Yeah, kind of, kind of, but now it's kind of tailored around developer. So most companies do have like ecosystem, like their general end users that are non-technical individuals, and they if they are developer, maybe a developer plus product, then or maybe developer first, it means that they need to
Mhm.
have some technical part of their product. So that way they need somebody with technical experience that could reach out to developers and speak in their own language where they would understand. Because
Mm.
non-technical individuals, it's always difficult to reach out to technical guys because non-technical person does not even understand what's going on. So in that case, for you to be able to like explain things to them, then it means that you need to have um a technical experience, and now
Fine.
plus advocacy, not just coding, you need to advocate. Yeah,
Okay. So if you even don't like, you have to do advocacy for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. So, how much time did you take to learn all these stuffs in transitioning into Web3 and blockchain?
Okay,
And what month you started?
okay, yeah. So my career generally started 4 years ago as a developer. Yeah, so
Okay.
but specifically for Web3, I started learning, not like I just pick it up slightly. But when I would say I started like creating content and pushing out and building in public, talking about the Web3 tools or things I've built in Web3, it's around November last year. So November last
Okay.
year, yeah. So
Okay.
November last year, I
So
think I dropped one of my blog then on how to build a buy me a coffee decentralized application. So that was last year
okay.
November. That's when after I learned some few things from build space. Then
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was able to wrap my head around it because I already have React skills. I know how to build in React.js already. So I just learned about Solidity. Then I was able to quickly build project with it.
I
So it
think
started
we
November.
I think we have traveled on the same bus because I also
Okay.
started my journey from November. Even Francisco, we have talked to him that he has also started from November, December.
Yeah,
I think we
November.
are on a same generation one Web3 developers, and the build space is a very good
Yeah,
platform to practice build your projects, and you can check out. It's amazing, hands-on practice, so many labs out there.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yes,
you can get so much of knowledge on that. It's fine,
yeah.
fine, fine, fine.
Yeah,
So
so I
it
give it
takes
out.
you
I give it up to show build space. Like
Yeah.
They just like gave me, although I learned some people were saying like maybe it's not like too beginner friendly. That's another thing to consider, that if you have like prior
Oh, yeah.
experience, then you'll be able to
You
go faster.
Yeah, because if you're a beginner, you cannot do something, because you can only just copy paste the things. You cannot deep dive into the code and what's the logic behind it. What is saying, it will not mean to you. Fine. So you should have a prior experience about the code. Like you should learn web3.js or ethers.js, solidity, react, what is alchemy, what are how api and the api keys are created, what are metamask, something like that. Okay, fine, fine, great. So uh, my question is that how you got opportunity for your developer advocacy in a company.
Oh, okay. So I think I've said, I used to say this like, and I won't stop saying it. Is that excuse me?
Yeah.
Yes, and is that you need to use social media to your own benefit. Like, I know a lot of things happening on Twitter, people complaining that people on Twitter are not real, or social media is not real. People just say something, and in real life, they are not the same person. So, but you need to use it to your advantage. One of the key things that helps me generally is building in public. So, how was I able to build in public? You might be thinking it's very hard to start building in public, but I started with technical content. That's just where to. Started with technical content, just sharing my knowledge, started writing. Even before I figured out that technical writers do get paid for them to write, I just started writing. And after a few blogs, um, I started getting like few opportunity, paid opportunity to write, and that just
Oh,
keeps
yeah.
me going. Yeah, aside my full time backend, because I've been a backend developer all my life, so I I just focused on creating content, doing all of that. So it kind of exposes me to the public on maybe what I'm currently learning and what I know about. So that way I was able to share knowledge and maybe probably build a community around my brand, build my brand in public, where the brand I'm talking about is just like the name. You know, when you see my name or my content, you will be able to relate with it. Okay, this person do post content on React or Node.js or GraphQL or any kind of language. So that way it will stick. That's an opportunity for you to reach out publicly without sending CV to anyone. So
Hmm.
uh, the main point here is that building in public would help you land a role. My current role, I've received like, I would say all my most of my technical writing gigs that I got in Web3 is via Twitter DM. The founders, the CEOs just reach out directly, saying that they would like us to collaborate. So this has like a lot of people have said like so many things around this, where they kind of attest to the fact that founders, CEOs reach out to you directly when you build in public.
Yeah.
So you don't tend to apply, start waiting to apply and all of that. But at first, when you're starting out, you might need to apply if you have few blogs. But if the key mistakes is that when you have few blogs, some people have one or two blogs and they want to apply and start getting paid as a technical writer. That's not like encouraging. You need to have like up to 10 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So reason why you need to have 10 blocks is because you want to convince um your potential employers that I know what I'm doing, or sometimes they might be looking for a skill in front end and what you have written about, maybe the three contents you have written is just on back end. So that way they
Mm-hmm.
won't respond to you, or they will give you a rejection, they'll send a rejection mail. So building in public like that help me to quickly go and get some side gigs while I was working full time. Then transitioning into Web3 also, it's also from Twitter, the Twitter DM,
Okay.
and
Hmm.
we get to reach out and discuss, and that's it. So like Twitter is very powerful. A lot of people have gotten opportunity directly from Twitter. Twitter is that
Yeah.
place that you would be present in, and you'll be
Yeah.
able to have access to founders, CEOs, and just like that. You It's very hard for you to see them in real life and just have a chat with them. But with social media, you could easily interact with them maybe. But sometimes they have a lot of people sending DM. So, but building in public would help them recognize you, and if they actually need you, they will be the one sending a DM and you finalize the relationship. You get that?
Yeah. So
Do you get that?
yeah, I get that. It was just stuck for a for a little minute. So basically that if you start building on social media, if you start building and educating the community, the companies will chase you to bring you there. You don't have to chase them. They will come to you. Fine, they will come at your DMs, at your at your at your accounts. They will give you opportunity. Is I'm right?
Yes, that's right. And this is not even about having large followers. No matter how your followers is, what you just need to do is when you are consistent and you are creating content, then you are good to go.
Yeah. So basically, those developers who are watching and those students who are watching, they should build in public, because you might have a little ignorance, of what I can say, that your friends teases you, they find you cringe, like if you are posting anything that uh, you're building, that little be a cringe, but it's not a particular thing for right now. This is important to show your skills to the public, because there are so many developers right there on the earth. If you find React developers, there are lakhs and there are millions of React developers, but you should show them. You should show some your skills, so you can stand out there. That will create a role and opportunity for you.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I mean by building in public. It will just speak for
Yeah.
you. While you are asleep, you get a DM instead of applying to jobs. You can apply. I'm not saying you shouldn't apply. You can apply, and it's even good to apply because you have a lot of things you can show to potential employers that you have done in the past. But while
Mhm.
you're doing all of that, just be consistent, create content. Consistency is very hard, very, very, very hard. I would say it. But when you start, you just nurture that habit, and before you know it,
Mm.
it becomes natural for you to
Yeah.
proceed with anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so here I think we are in the end of the podcast. So a little question: have you ever been to India?
No, 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 no. I think it's
Okay.
like it's on my list. Definitely, definitely. I just want to check
Yeah.
it out and be there someday, and I will definitely reach out to all of my Indian friends. I have lots of them.
Yeah. So do you watch Bollywood movies? Because in Africa and the African region, the Bollywood movies and songs are so famous.
Yeah, yeah, they're so famous. I do watch, but not often. Like movie generally. This is not Bollywood. Like movie, I'm always on in front of my PC. Yeah, so I'm always in front of my PC, and
Yeah.
only when I just feel like I need to relax and all that, I just watch movie, interesting ones, and I do watch Bollywood movie, and I have like my kid sisters that they do watch Bollywood movies a lot.
Yeah.
And like you said
So
earlier, like the adoption is really high on this side.
yeah. So uh, wh- what things you can say to the community in India, Web3 community in India, as you're founder of the Web3 Africa? What you can say to the community in India who are just starting their Web3 journey?
All right. So I would say the Web3 ecosystem, it's like people would regard it, they said it's a rabbit hole. When you get in, you keep going, keep going. So but one thing is that one thing you should know, like at the back of your mind or keep it somewhere and always think about it is it's a process, like it's a process. all of this learning. It could be Web3, it could be Web2, but specifically for Web3, it's a process. You just need to keep doing it. Then one day, um, flashing back, you realize that you've done quite a lot of things, maybe in six
Yeah.
months or in 3 months. Then you will be able to now share those things with potential employer. When you're starting out your journey, especially when you're a beginner, the road is
Hmm.
always like really long. But when you start getting some of the tools that require, or maybe you want to focus on the front end, you start getting like materials that you need and all of that, then the focus will be straight for you in such a way that you know this is my direction, this is what I want to do, and this is where I want to be in the next 6 months. So that way you can project it to yourself and be disciplined. So discipline in this case, if you know that you budget to create 4 articles in a month, it means that you should try and create it a single article per week. I'm just using article in
Hmm.
this case. It could be you learning Solidity or learning Rust programming language or maybe learning HTML or CSS as a beginner.
Can you
So
repeat? Can you repeat that because you were stuck?
yeah, okay, yeah. I said I'm using a technical writing as an example. So it could be you learning Solidity or learning Rust or even learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript if you are a complete beginner. So that way you can project that, okay, I want to learn HTML and CSS and JavaScript within the next 6 months. So that way you know that by 6 months you should have like a couple of projects that you have built with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That way you can set another goal for the next 3 months to learn React, and that way you can be able to measure your growth, see how you're doing, and see some of the things that still need to do, because I see a lot of things to learn. You can't just learn everything at once. You keep doing it as as time goes on.
Yeah, yeah. So, pretty good. And I'm also creating a Solidity and Web3 course. Currently, I'm creating videos on Solidity. I have
Interesting.
done 5 videos. It's very good to watch. So much of knowledge and what experienced I have. Uh, the problems I faced while learning the language, because there are little less resources, but on the internet as compared to other programming languages, because the education is not in the right way right now. I hope in the 2 3 years there will be a lot of resources, but currently I'm teaching Solidity on YouTube. So if you're willing to try Web3, you can go, and if you like it, you can continue with me. Yeah. So uh,
Yeah, that's
we
great.
because yeah, because we have around 59 subscriber on our channel right now, and if we hit around 200, I will be starting some more concepts like web3js and uh, other other courses like for web3js, javascript, and react. So it will be a full web3 package, course package for them, because views are not coming, it's coming, but on the not the next level. Fine. So here we end. Thank you for watching this video. And
Oh, sure.
yeah,
Thank you so much, Yash, for this is like a great initiative, and this is what I love to do. Thank you so much for having me. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so right now. As we have a lot of things coming up, and I'm sure you all don't want to miss it. And for you to
mm,
not to miss it, it means that you need to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that when
okay.
this video finally drops and some other videos, you get notified.
Yeah. So actually, I'm announcing something big on this channel with you. It's my personal project. I'm working for this since September last year.
Yeah.
It's Oxygen X. So it is basically plant NFT marketplace. So you can, if you buy a plant, you can plant it on Earth live, and you can take a picture and you can post an NFT. So on the globe, on the metaverse, we will be creating the tree will be planted in the form of NFT. So anyone
Oh,
on the
interesting.
so anyone can buy that NFT, something like that. So we are working on this, and uh, our website is building. I'm building the website, so it takes time to manage all the content creation, making solidity course for you, and working on project and working on my studies. So yeah, thank you for watching this podcast. We will be back again. All the future, all the links, on social media links of idris and mine are on the in the description box. You can follow us on Twitter, #node, and he's a great man. So I was very excited to talk about him um, uh, uh, because I'm huge fan, because what he writes on his hash node is crystal clear to understand. And yeah, thank you for being in the podcast. It's great pleasure to have you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everyone. See you guys later.
see you guys later. Yeah, bye bye.
Closed doors, I'm a fool for your